Hi, and welcome back to Wicked Ones Tarot. My name is Carmen. Today we have a reading for Aries, and I love to see that the very first card I pulled for you is the Emperor, which is Aries energy. So you're starting off the reading with a bang because it does feel to me as if you are standing in a more authentic version of yourself than you were, 2, 3 months ago. There's a sense here that you being able to kind of say it how it is or tell somebody what you really want is what helps you get to a place that is, I don't know, more your pace, more peaceful, less toxic situation for sure. Let's call in spirit with a little bit of wind chime time. Oh my, or a lot. I hope you're having a wonderful day so far. Let's get started. We'll go with the Beginner's Tarot. Six of Cups. So I feel like we've got a situation that could involve going back to your hometown or running into somebody that you haven't seen in a long time. There's something nostalgic about this situation. But we have the Five of Cups in the reverse next to the Three of Swords. It's kind of an interesting pairing because one would suggest having healed from a situation. Hey there, Voodoo, how are you doing? And another would suggest somebody is still suffering from a cold truth. So this feels like running into an ex where maybe you have healed from it and they have not. Yeah. So they may be still struggling with what went wrong or why you moved on from them or why things ended, something along that. Yeah. I mean, I've gotten to spend like my whole weekend doing tarot, so kind of makes my whole weekend. I really enjoy the live element and being able to talk to you guys while I do this. But yeah, I hope you have as well. Queen of Swords in the reverse with the Page of Pentacles. Well, I think this is one of those situations, Aries, where we've got one person who's doing pretty well after a breakup and another person who's maybe struggling a little bit, still perhaps a bit caught up on somebody else. Well, on you. They might be a bit snappy, quick to insult or look for some sort of like joke that they can tell that isn't really about the humor, but more so about, like making you feel bad. Yay! I'm glad you do. All right. What else do we have? King of Swords and Ten of Swords in the reverse. Well, my gut feeling says we're dealing with a situation where somebody thought that they could get away with, I want to say, omitting or hiding the truth, but they couldn't really. I know I keep hearing that that's a problem, Voodoo. I don't know what to do. Maybe I should set up like email notifications. Doesn't that sound like a pain in the ass? I don't know. I feel bad telling anybody that I'm about to go live, even though I've had a couple people ask me, like, will you just text me? I'm like, no, because I don't know, if I have 6 videos in a day, I feel like that's like, hey, watch me. Hey, check me out. Look what I'm doing. So maybe YouTube feels the same way. But we've got definitely a situation here where the truth is a bit of a dance. I think there's an expert at framing something up the way they want it to come across. And with the Ten of Swords in the reverse, I get that the person who's maybe doing a little bit better in this situation, I think they see right through these little dances or mind games or whatever they are. And that's part of the frustration here for whoever is the Queen of Swords in the reverse. But just so you guys know, in general, when we have the Queen and King of Swords come out next to each other like that, especially with one of them being in the reverse, seems pretty likely that we're talking about exes here, because these are, if you're going to be a divorced couple, it would be the swords. All right, we're going to grab a couple from the situations deck for you, Aries. Poison, toxic, unhealthy, lockdown, mental prison, confined. Somebody had toxic behavior here, and that's the person who's not feeling so great about the situation. There's anxiety for some reason. Maybe they're concerned that they've lost their ability to, direct you or make you feel like there's a certain way to see the world. I think you've outgrown them, or they've realized that you're onto them. This is concerning for them. This is coming across to me as if basically there's a concern or a realization that influencing you, not really a thing anymore. You're too perceptive. Your intuition has improved, or your confidence in it has improved. Possibly both. So you've got somebody all worried because they can't, it's like they can't convince you to do something. We have nightlife coming out sideways. This person's going to take, actually, I think you might be the one taking the risk. Somebody's going to take a risk here, and that's why this person's freaking out. Could be more than one person that's taking a risk, but there's definitely concern from the Queen of Swords in the reverse that something new is going down, something exciting. Remember not to get too hung up on the genders, because we all have masculine and feminine within us. All right, we're going to move to the Egyptian Tarot. Let's do that for Aries. Ten of Swords in the reverse. The World in the reverse. Seven of Pentacles in the reverse. We had the Ten of Swords in the reverse as the last card from the last tarot deck, indicating here that I think there's been a significant time period where you, probably you, could be your person, but where you have been healing. Maybe even before things ended, you started to kind of distance yourself or come to grips with the reality of the situation. I feel like I'm talking to somebody that starts the healing process before that tower moment actually happens. And as a result, it's like there's almost like a head start for you in terms of recovering from this ending. With the World in the reverse, I feel like somebody's been quite stagnant while somebody else has been healing. So there's almost like somebody has this desire to have closure, but it's not necessarily an apology. It's more like they want that opportunity to try to get one over on you or convince you. It's almost like they want to have sex with you one more time and then reject you just so that they can get that satisfaction. That's probably not for all of you, but I think that kind of thing is what we're looking at here. Because we have the Seven of Pentacles in the reverse. It's like they want to make you feel like worthless. It's petty, somebody who's trying to get back at you because they're still hurt and they perceive you to be not hurt. So because they feel like they've lost their control over you, they're going to try to find some way to reclaim it. So we have the Three of Swords in the reverse and the Page of Swords or Knave of Swords. So you might get unexpected communication, or you might have You might have a catfish. I think there's definitely somebody keeping an eye on you in terms of social media, but more importantly, there's going to be somebody who attempts to communicate with you. They may find some silly reason to reach out, but I definitely feel like this is unexpected. So I don't think it's a birthday or something like that. All right, so we've got the Magician clarifying the King of Swords. This is interesting because normally I don't like this Magician card, but actually, what I feel like this is a representation of somebody acknowledging that they are quite the catch and they could be in a more healthy relationship if they sought it out. Hi, Mr. Joanna. How are you doing? Uh, I'm so sorry, you guys. I'll have to figure something out. I really suck at having like a defined schedule. It's probably why it works out for me to be an artist. But yeah, I'm gonna figure something out for you guys. Maybe just like one time a day where I can realistically commit to it or give you guys a heads up if I can't do it. Anyways, we've got a good vibe off of this Magician card, especially because of the King of Swords. I feel like there's somebody here who has maybe come across as somebody in their past as cold-hearted, but it's really just because you're not buying somebody's bullshit anymore. So I think you're just being resourceful and practical, realizing that you should probably go elsewhere, that there are other adventures for you out there. So we have the Knight of Chalices. This is somebody who takes action, and I view this as honestly action towards healing and self-love, like a little bit of time to yourself. Nine of Pentacles is generally somebody who's single, somebody who has that space to be a bit independent. That could be why we have nightlife here, right? Somebody might be well aware that you've been able to enjoy some independence, and maybe there were pictures on social media about what was going on, right? All right, we're going to continue with the Golden Art Nouveau. Nine of Cups. Another Page of Swords. Ace of Cups. Oh my. I think there's about to be a bit of a battle for you, Aries. There could be somebody that kind of felt like they were going to be able to get into a relationship with you, and they may have gotten word or seen on social media that there's somebody else that you're interested in. You would know who this is. This is somebody who makes your heart go a flutter, but there's some jealousy here. Somebody who wants to probably do something a little bit dramatic here because you have a new beginning. And they feel like you have, basically if there's winners and losers in a breakup, you have secured the W and they're upset about that. So they want to find a way to make you basically like fall on your face so they can feel a little bit redeemed over how they currently feel. So your new beginning is particularly stressful to this person. They feel like you have fallen in love with somebody else or you're about to fall in love with somebody else. Temperance. Knight of Pentacles in the reverse. Four of Wands in the reverse. Basically, we have Temperance on one end being a sign of stability and a good mix, right? Somebody who knows how to prioritize things. And then Four of Wands in the reverse is somebody or something that is not balanced or built on a strong foundation. There is somebody who wants to disrupt your peace. Because we have the Six of Swords. You are speaking up for yourself. You're getting into a more peaceful existence, and somebody wants to rock the boat. Somebody wants to P in your punch. We have the Knight of Pentacles in the reverse, and I'm taking that to be some sort of delay or obstacle that someone wants to create. Something that will make you feel like you can't pursue this love interest with the urgency that you would like to, or with the natural course of things, right? They're going to try to win you back, and I feel like you're just as uninterested as can be because there's something else you're interested in pursuing, or someone. Two of Swords, Page of Cups. It's like they feel like they have to blind you to somebody else in order to get your attention back. But what they don't understand is you may be willfully blindfolded towards this person because you don't really want to deal with this person. If there's a new love opportunity on the horizon, you're all about it. Ten of Pentacles in the reverse, Ace of Pentacles. This is a sense of, like, honestly, kind of a gut punch love situation leading to a really huge blessing. So yes, you lost some element here that maybe even was like a tangible asset, but I think more so there was a big loss in love, and then now you're taking a chance on love again and you find something amazing. This Ace of Pentacles is a divine blessing. Four of Pentacles in the reverse. And Four of Swords. So the number 44 could be important for you. Correct me if I'm wrong, but couldn't that be a birthday? I can't remember where the cutoff is. More importantly, we've got somebody here who has been able to let go of something that was a burden, perhaps even a trauma or a regret. And moving forward is something that seems more natural now. I feel like there's like a relief, a burden that's been like lifted from your shoulders. Like more so than you expected it to be. There's like a sense of adventure now and some kind of excitement that's going on for you right now. Three of Swords, again, we had that over here as well. Yeah, I think this ex is going to try to put a wrench in the plan. They're going to try to manufacture some sort of problem or issue. This could literally be someone who's like, hey, can you come like kill a mouse in my house, or can you come like fix my plumbing, just because they want to ruin your date night. And I think you know how I would advise you. Gonna have to learn how to do that on your own at some point, right? All right, we're gonna continue with the Santa Muerte. What else do we have for Aries? Dang. Santa Muerte right out of the gate. So that is Saint Death, by the way. Somebody has matured, has a new perspective on what love looks like. I feel like there's a clarity now around what kind of emotional manipulation or trauma this person has been through, probably you, and like faster timeline for you in terms of being able to pick up on it in people. So I feel like you're able to pretty quickly identify like narcissists or people who are just like super self-absorbed. You see the warning signs now, and you don't just take them as, lovable quirks or anything like that. You're like, yeah, I don't want to hang out with you. We have the Ten of Swords. The color yellow may be important to you for some reason. But also with the Ten of Swords, I'm seeing that there was a betrayal here that could, for some of you, have had some financial outcome for you. But more importantly, I think it was somebody who was trying to damage your reputation, make you feel bad because you hurt them. So very much so like a vengeful energy. We have the World. There may have been some travel or somebody who moved away. There's definitely a new beginning here. You have Page of Pentacles, which can be about like a curiosity or a new dream goal kind of thing. Three of Wands in the reverse, unexpected. The Fool, new beginnings. Ace of Pentacles is like a new opportunity, a blessing. And then the World can represent a new chapter. So all of that says somebody's mad that you're moving on. Wow, you guys. Look at that progression. We got dude man over here with a sword, and then he's like, oh shit, this thing? No, I don't want you to catch me with this. I'm gonna have to swallow that. This is somebody who brandished the truth and then swallowed the truth. So this is somebody who maybe spoke the truth and then felt like they need to like kind of keep it on the down low. For many of you, what I feel is this is somebody who knows the real reason this relationship ended and said it to that person that you ended things with, but you didn't really want everybody to know your business. Hi there, Jacqueline. How are you doing? Yellow is a pretty awesome color. Everybody thought I was crazy when I painted the inside of my first house. Like, I think it was called Summer Shade, but it was like dandelion yellow. What are you doing? And I was like, wait, it's like a happy color. It's sunshine, you idiot. We have the Ace of Swords in the reverse. Exactly. Somebody knows the truth. They said it, but then they didn't really want to tell anybody. And I feel like whoever isn't talking, your ex is trying to twist the story. They're making it worse for you because you have class and you're not talking about it. They're trying to make you out to be, you know, the bad guy because you're not going to like defend yourself necessarily. Which, you know, that's kind of a difficult call, you know, like sometimes it does make sense to just let the idiot ramble. Like, okay, I'm sure people are going to believe you, but you know who's going to believe you? The other idiots. The ones who really know me or know you are going to see right through that story. And if they don't, they're not hip, they're not with it, they don't get it, they don't use their intuition. Not my loss. And on the other hand, there are times where people take it too far, right? And you do want to make it clear, especially if they try to say you did something illegal or whatever. There are times where you do have to like put your foot down and be like, let's just be clear, real clear, shall we? So we've got High Priestess in the reverse. Somebody is trying to use a secret against you or trying to make it look worse than it actually is. So I feel like they're taking like a kernel of truth, but like making it into like the reason you guys ended when it wasn't that at all. So be cautious. You got a crazy ex out there somewhere. All right, we're gonna use the Kipper. Who doesn't have a crazy ex out there, am I right? Bad health in the reverse and pathway. So it can be pretty, I don't know, practical to consider what you're doing for your health and how your health is working out for you, because it might give you a hint as to whether or not you're on the right path. I think as you find your path and as you remain committed to that path, health-wise, things start to improve for you. I think there's a situation here where, in addition to public perception, just kind of feeling like you probably are in the right. Hi there, Mountain Girl. There's probably also a bit of a backward slide in terms of somebody's attractiveness. So maybe you've become a little bit more attractive and they've become a little bit less attractive. These things happen, you know, but we've got, I think, somebody here with some pretty hard feelings. They're just like really mad at you for being the winner in a breakup is kind of the vibe I'm getting here, Aries. Coffin in the reverse. Community. All right, for many of you, this is a pretty clear message that they tried to make a community dislike you based off of a lie, and this community sees right through that. This community knows who you are, and they love you. So I think there was definitely an attempt to lie about what you've done or who you are, and people see through it. There may be a couple people who do believe what's being said, but it doesn't matter. You already have this reputation. High honor. With family room, I feel like the main vibe off of this card is you're going to want to be really aware of who you're telling your business to, whether or not you ask people. For example, I'd appreciate it if you kept this between me and you. Make sure you know your inner circle and make sure you're on the same page in terms of what's okay to share and what's not. I do feel like there's somebody who's trying to find information out that doesn't have a right to it. Child in the reverse. Adjudication. For some of you, there is an attempt to make child custody particularly painful for you or difficult. Maybe they're trying to require supervised visits. For others of you, there's an attempt here to frame you or like get a restraining order or do something claiming that you had done something you were innocent of. With the child in the reverse, I feel like they're trying to make you look guilty when you didn't do whatever it was. The problem is if somebody is doing that, they're going to get found out and then they get to have some sort of fallout because they filed a fake report. Mature woman. If you deal with anybody who's like that, by the way, litigious or likely to file a fake report, document everything. Don't delete your text messages. Don't make phone calls. Use everything by text or email so that you can point to what happened in the conversation. If you can't do that, write down your recollection of the conversation when you have that conversation, and maybe even take a picture of that note so it timestamps it for you. Do anything you can to capture the information that may need to be cited in a future conversation. Can you tell I've dealt with some interesting people in my life? Message of concern in the reverse. There is going to be something that somebody says that's blowing it out of proportion. This is like a sound or like a call for help where somebody wants you to basically come help them. Maybe it has something to do with money, but they are exaggerating whatever's happening here just because they want to get the better of you. I don't really like this energy. All right, what else do we have for Aries, please? King of Cups. This feels like somebody has found their match in love. I like how we have right next to the mature woman, we have the King of Cups, Ace of Cups, Two of Pentacles, and that Two of Pentacles looks pretty balanced. Like somebody knows how to figure out what to do in their life to make it serene or calm. They have figured out how to remove toxic energy, right? Good for you. Ten of Wands, Four of Wands. All right, take a deep breath. Remember that you are worth a patient, respectful, genuine love. You have come a long way, my friend. With this Ten of Wands, this is saying your journey is almost done. Four of Wands, you've got a very meaningful relationship coming in because with the Emperor card starting us off today, you have stood up for yourself. You have demonstrated that you are not willing to do things all on your own. You want to be a part of a partnership. And if somebody's not willing to heal or be honest about what's going on, you will walk away from it. So you have chosen an authentic life. But with the Five of Cups here, either you have a little bit of a warning to not let the past haunt you, or I think more likely we've got somebody else who is realizing just how sad it is that they've lost you because they felt the need to manipulate you or play mind games. The Star and Page of Swords in the reverse. For some of you, this person is going to have some sort of legal issues because of what they choose to try to start as far as like drama. So be a little bit cautious there. It could be, again, necessary for you to kind of notate what happens, especially if anybody makes any threats, and be cautious. You might be recorded, things like that. So yeah, this person's a little bit unhinged. The Star in the reverse really makes me feel like they are not really doing so well with regards to healing. All right, just for the fun of it, we're going to pull a couple from the Zodiac fortune telling cards, and then we'll call it a day. Oh Lord, are you ready for the drama there? Is it Leah? I hope I'm saying that correct. You will be very popular. Take advantage. You might have a few love offers or love interests. I would say, Aries, if you're thinking about shooting your shot, shoot your shot. If you're thinking about saying yes to somebody on a date and you have a good vibe about somebody, go out on a date. You are loved by real people. I love this one. I don't know who's loved by fake people, but I guess that's a thing. Let's take that as no codependency here. There's somebody who is interested in you and they're not the low vibe type that you've been dealing with, right? You will soon go on a long trip. Pack your bags. Is there someone you want to visit? I bet there is. Always doing for others without reward. So you've been a very kind person, very compassionate, but you haven't necessarily gotten the same treatment back, Aries. So now is your time to get your reward. And I hope you enjoy it. Thank you so much for joining me. I think I'll call it a night. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Have a wonderful rest of your day. Bye, guys.